Hi, my name is Dina, and I made a video 6 months ago about what it was like to be on gabapentin, and when I was off of it for 6 months, and I've been off of it for exactly 1 year today, and I have been nervous all day, but I wanted to say some more things about gabapentin. I was really surprised that I had so many views. I had over 8,000, and I got a lot of letters about it, messages from people, and a lot of people contacted me about that they had no idea of some of the side effects until they saw my video. So I'm just going to do the same thing again, only there's a topic. Sorry, I have a little dog over here who's being kind of ornery, buddy. So there's a big problem with gabapentin. It causes people to have suicidal ideation. And stop it, buddy. Stop. Excuse me. It causes people to fixate on suicide, and it makes them suicidal. And many people actually do commit suicide on it. And I do not know, I do not understand why people's doctors do not tell them this, but I've noticed across the board it's a huge problem. Their doctors do not tell them that it induces depression. It chemically induces depression, the drug gabapentin and Neurontin, and the even stronger version of it, which is Lyrica. They all induce chemical depression. That's how it works. It suppresses and depresses the central nervous system. It's a given that's going to happen. So it's not a mystery where we need Quincy or Marcus Welby or anything. It will cause, stop it, buddy, you be good doggy, here. It will cause that to happen. And I heard from someone today, his mom had committed suicide on it. This is a huge problem on it. It is not a mystery. The medical literature talks about this. It doubles the risk of suicide, in fact. And I hear from so many people whose doctors had told them they had never mentioned it. And I heard from somebody last week who was bipolar that they gave it to. And for 4 years she was on it. She was even hospitalized for depression, and they never told her, gee, you're on a drug that causes, artificially induces depression. And I was in and out several times when I was on it of, mental wards because I was depressed and just would become suicidal or, well, on gabapentin, I was just nuts on it. But that was a problem for me too. Not one single time in 16 years worth of physicians did one ever say, well, you're on a drug that's chemically inducing depression in you. I mean, I do not know what cognitive dissonance is causing physicians to not speak the truth of this drug to patients and warn them. But it made me so angry today. I was going to focus on another aspect of this drug. I can't. It just someone told me I have to discuss this. There is a direct link. I will provide the proof in the writing, in the links. I will where you do the writing and everything about what your video is about. I'm going to provide the links to you about it. You cannot go off of this drug fast. It is a slow taper. To be safe, it could take as long as a year. If you've been on it for any length of time, you need to know that. But it will continue to induce depression no matter what, and it's not linear. It could happen at any time. I was on it for 12 years before it caused chemically induced dementia in me, severe. My ex took me to the doctor one time and said she's acts like she has dementia and she's suicidal. They absolutely dismissed what he said as if he had just never said it. It's amazing how people tell their doctors about this drug, and the doctors continue to insist it's safe. It is not safe. I have the statistics to prove it, and I will provide them below. This is just, it's out of control. And then when people commit suicide on it, it's put off to depression, not. And also another thing, they provide more antidepressants and anti-anxiety pills and all this stuff because people are depressed. And especially if someone has a tendency toward depression anyway, it's a sure thing it's going to induce it. I have met maybe out of every 20 messages I get, if not more. I seldom hear anything say, oh, this drug is wonderful, it's just helped me. They'll say it's helped their pain, but really, in the end, it might not stay that way. It's not linear. The side effects can change, And it's very paradoxical, but as you lower the dose, often the symptoms become stronger in the body. I cannot explain the science below, but I can provide the links that do provide the explanation for that. So this drug, if you're feeling suicidal, it's the drug. There's just no doubt in my mind. And if you had, your doctors won't tell you this. Even if you ask them, often they won't tell you. So I'm going to make some more videos about this drug, but I do consider myself an expert after being on it for 16 years. In the past year, I've done nothing but talk to other people on it who've also suffered a lot on it. And it's terrible. I do not understand the collective cognitive dissonance of doctors who are not paying attention to what their patients are telling them. But anytime you suppress the central nervous system, anything that any function in our bodies that is dependent upon the central nervous system is fair game. It's playing Russian roulette, this drug. It's not worth it. In the end, it is not worth it. It will end up not only killing you. I was close to death by the time I got off of it. My respiratory system was suppressed. I had severe dementia. It also induces MS symptoms they're discovering in a lot of people. So this drug will kill you, but it'll take you to hell first. So anyway, I'll provide information below and the link to a group where you can go that can help you slowly taper off if you decide you want to stop taking it. But if you're having any of these horrible symptoms, you're not crazy. It's the drug. So God bless, and till I talk to you again, bye. Say bye, buddy. And there's Sunday over there. My dogs are 12s. They have their little uniforms on tonight. Bye. God bless everyone.